Hi guys, this is Chris Morton from binaryoptions.net.au, and in this video I'm reviewing OneTwoTrade. So as you know, I like to go through the pros and cons of each broker. So I've broken down the pros and cons of OneTwoTrade. So the pros are they have returns up to 85%. They have a license with the LGA, which is the Lotteries and Gaming Authority of Malta. And that means that your funds are actually segregated. So they're actually, all the client funds are always held in a separate bank account. They're purely there to process your deposits and withdrawals, and they're not intermixed with any other funds that the company may have. And you can also follow and copy other traders with their follow option, which you'll see later in this video. So moving on to the cons, they have a couple of downsides to do with their withdrawal process. So I just want you to be aware of that. If you do deposit, what their withdrawal policy is. So you will be, for each withdrawal, you will be charged a $50 fee, or 1% of the total withdrawal, whichever is greater. And if your deposit is below $250, you'll actually just get charged with a $25 fee. So just be aware there's a fee associated with the withdrawal. And the actual withdrawal process can take up to 5 days just for them to actually process your withdrawal. Then it might take up another 10 days for you to receive your money, depending which option you chose. If you chose a wire, it's obviously going to take longer. But if you withdraw via Skrill or Money, or Skrill or NetTeller, it's actually going to probably happen within 24 hours. So a little bit about the company. They were founded in around about 2011, and they received their license from the LGA in 2011. The company that owns OneTwoTrade is called Up and Down Marketing Limited, and they're incorporated in Malta. So moving on to the account options, they have returns up to 85%, minimum deposit of $250, minimum trade is $10, max is $3,000. I don't believe they offer demo accounts. They definitely don't advertise this on the website. You can try contacting the support and they may give you one. US traders are not allowed to trade here, but everyone else in the EU and around the world is. As I mentioned, cash outs up to 5 days or longer. And you can actually trade in multiple currencies. So if you're an Australian, you can choose to have your account in Aussie dollars. So you can, basically that means you can deposit in Aussie dollars, USD, euros, pounds, Japan, and actually be trading on that currency. So the banking options are pretty stock standard: credit cards, wire transfer, NetTeller, and Skrill. So moving on to their withdrawal policy, as I mentioned before, up to 5 working days to process a withdrawal, and also you will be charged a $50 or 1%, whichever is greater, fee for each withdrawal. Also be aware that if your initial deposit must be turned over at least once, this is even without a bonus. So if you deposit if you deposit $1,000, you're going to have to actually trade $1,000 in trades before you can actually withdraw your money. And there's actually more terms I'll get onto in another slide about your withdrawal policy based if you accept a bonus. However, if you wish to actually withdraw without meeting the turnover requirement, there will be a 20% fee charge. So just be aware of this particular term. Also, they may ask you to submit a color copy of yourself, so that would be like a passport or ID. Also, they might ask a photocopy of a recent utility bill, and if you deposit via credit card, they might ask for a copy, providing the credit card. Obviously, keep your digits except for the last 4 covered. So moving on to their bonus policy. So to qualify for a withdrawal, this is your original deposit balance plus any profits if a bonus has been accepted, the total funds deposited and the total bonus must be turned over 3 times. So if you deposited $1,000 and received a $300 bonus, you're going to have to actually have turned over in trades $3,900. And if you want actually to withdraw any bonus amount that was awarded, then that has to be turned over 20 times plus your original deposit amount. So just be aware of those terms when accepting a bonus. So the trading platform is the best spot option. I really like spot option. Your expiry times range from 60 seconds till longer terms like 1 hour and end of day. They have trading available on apps on Android and Apple, and they have the option types high-low, one-touch ladder, the Forex option, which I'll show later, and the follow copy trader option, and they have all the major assets. So when you log into OneTwoTrade and go to the trading area, you'll be brought to this page, and it has a few notes here of today's top assets. So there's indices ASX, stocks ANZ Bank, commodities gold, and currencies Euro USD. And then scroll down a bit further, you've got your actual trading platform. So then the first sub-menu here is all your different option types. So if you've got binary, your stock pairs, the long-term options, the short-term options. So that will be your 60 seconds all the way up to 300 seconds. You've got your one-touch options, your ladder options. You've got your Forex. This is where you can actually have some stop losses, some take profits. It's like a hybrid between, I guess, a binary option and also CFD trading. It's sort of sits somewhere in the middle there. And then there's this follow trader where you can actually follow another trader, copy all their trades. So most of you will be interested just in actually how you trade a call put option. So then you've got another sub-menu here where you've got your different asset types. So if you just want to look at currencies, you can sort it to that. List a few here. You can also get them when you drop down here. So we're on the Canadian-Japanese pair. Then you've got your expiries here. At the moment, this one's only got the next particular 15-minute option available. The minimum is $10, so if you want to change that, you can go all the way up to $3,000. You'll see your potential payout show here. So then it's just a matter of doing a call or a put, and that's placing a trade. So moving on to the OneTwoTrade Scam Watch, I haven't found them to be associated with any bonus or promotional scams. However, they have very strict terms on their bonus withdrawals and even just depositing and withdrawing without accepting a bonus. But once you're aware of them and you've deposited, you shouldn't have a problem as long as you follow the steps required. Then you're not going to have any complaints against OneTwoTrade. The first step, if you do have a complaint, is just to email them. But if you don't get any particular the matter resolved, you should send or escalate your complaint to the LGA. And there's the email there, complaints@lga.org.mt. So it's very transparent on the steps required to resolve any complaints. So that's quite good. So if you have any questions about OneTwoTrade, please comment below this video. I'd like to know if you have traded with OneTwoTrade. I'd like to know if you have deposited and withdrawn successfully, and if you have had any complaints against them, how did you actually go in resolving those complaints, or are they still outstanding complaints? So if this is one of the first times you've watched one of my videos, I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel. This is the best way to keep updated with every time I upload a new broker review, a signal review, or a trading strategy. So until next time, may all your trades be profitable.